Welcome to Peekapak. This video is for basic users with our 6th through 8th grade content. If you have Classroom Pro access, please see that video instead. This video is an introduction for our free users. In this video, we will walk through what you have access to on the basic user account. In our full middle school curriculum, there are 5 core units plus 1 introductory unit. Each unit is centered around an SEL skill. It should take you about a year to complete the 6 units in total if you're doing a lesson a week. For our basic users, you have access to the first unit, Identity and Self-Awareness. You also have access to some of our additional content, like our activity calendars and our posters. For Classroom Pro users, you will go to Students and you will roster students so that they can complete activities and challenges on their own platform. But as a basic user, you can either project your screen and complete the activities as a whole class or print off the materials to distribute to students. Let's go ahead and take a look at the unit you have access to, which is the first unit, Identity and Self-Awareness. This is a unit. You can see up top here a progress bar that shows you each lesson. If I hover over a lesson and click on it, I can directly go to that lesson, lesson 3. If I click on the title, I get taken to the unit overview. Taking a look here, we have a little bit more about this unit, some of the research as to why it's important, how it aligns to CASEL, additional SEL alignments, shared vocabulary, objectives, culturally responsive teaching tips, and how it connects with ELA standards as well. The lessons here are the same for all units. I'm going to walk you through what it looks like for this unit. We start off with Lesson 1, Introduce. In the first lesson, students will take a pre-SEL or self-assessment based on the unit skill, and they'll begin to learn about that skill. You can click here and then slide down and look at the questions to view the self-assessment questions for the first unit. Again, you can either project or print these and distribute them to students. If you have a Classroom Pro account, you would assign this and students would have it on their platform. There's also an activity in the first lesson, and the students will begin to learn about the unit skill. And you can see there's a slideshow that goes along with it. Each lesson, you'll see there's the lesson flow, objectives, research, accommodations, modifications, and standards as well. If we go ahead and head back to our unit overview and go down to Lesson 2. In Lesson 2, the teacher will lead a discussion that introduces students to the unit, and there'll be guided slides. Challenges are for our Classroom Pro users. Basic users are able to look at the challenge and you can assign it out loud for students, but cannot assign it on the platform itself. A challenge is just an extension activity for students to apply that skill in their lives. So if we click on this challenge here, you'll be able to see what students would be assigned, but you're welcome to read it aloud to students, print it off, assign it for them to complete on their own. So again, in Lesson 2, students are learning about the unit skill. If we go down to Lesson 3, this is Discuss. This is where we start to get to the heart of our curriculum. Students will read the unit story and engage in discussion and then connect the skill to the unit skill to the story. Our units are all focused around a real-life story, and so students will read one as a whole group. This unit features Tracy and her story. There's comprehension questions and discussion questions that go along with each story. In Lesson 4, students will read additional stories. There are always 2 stories as an option. Students can read both the stories or choose one that they feel they would most enjoy. And there are, again, comprehension and reflection questions after. There's also that challenge, too. Lesson 5 is Reflect. This is where students get to write their own story based on the unit skill. So this is about writing about their own identity. And they're given prompts to help them do this. And they have a little writing activity to build their own identity story. In lesson 6, it's called Connect. The idea with this is where students become storytellers, are invited to share their story, and other students make connections with their story so that we can find that moment of connection with all of our students, despite having different backgrounds and interests. And lesson 7 is Return. This is where we return to the unit concepts. We can find connections with other social emotional learning themes, and we can reflect and make personal changes and new insights. This is also where students take the exact same self-assessment they took in lesson 1, but they'll reflect on any changes they might notice. This was an overview of Unit 1, which comes free with our basic account. If you're interested in assigning the activities and the challenges, seeing some of the insights, and getting access to all of the units, we recommend upgrading to Classroom Pro. You can also click Support if you have any questions or would like to learn more in this top corner. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching.